All right, tonight's practice is going to be a nice slow yin practice for our spine. So a block and a bolster or something like that. And we're going to start in supported back bend. But what I want you to do is the top of your mat, normally the top of your mat, we're going to spin and go that way. So with your bolster, you can either have it right along your spine, lay down over it. A new little trick I've been doing, because we've been doing back bends for a while with our support, with our props, is using only one block. So what you do is it goes way higher than your heart. So it's kind of the neck and the head it's supporting. If you want to try this version, takes a minute to get it in the right spot. Or you can use your bolster or your props, how you normally do for your back bend. But this is a new little trick. So just one, it's supporting like the back of the head, and you'll find the little 2 points of the block come to the very top of the shoulder blades, and it can feel kind of lovely. It can add a nice release. So bring your feet as wide as your mat, let your heels slide off your mat, and just snug in nice and close to feel the edges of the mat. Allow your elbows to come to rest on the floor, palms up or palms down. And let's land together in this shape. You can find a nice long breath in and long breath out, because yin yoga is amazing for our nervous system. You close the eyes. And allow the heart to sink towards the earth. Allow everything to get really heavy. So notice what you're feeling, where you're feeling it. You're going to use your breath to massage that area, the parts of the body that are talking to you. Just continue to soften. Letting your day melt away off the body, out of the mind. Jaw relaxing open. Maybe the tip of the tongue is going to rest behind your 2 front teeth. Right? And then maybe even the lips part a little bit, and the jaw relaxes open. All right, how are things feeling now? Two more full breaths. Maybe we sigh. We're going to move slowly from shape to shape. Bend one knee, bring the foot to the mat, and bend the other knee, foot to the mat. You're just gonna roll off to one side. And just come back onto your back for a moment. Stretch the legs long again. We'll just take a rest, a little rebound. Good, all right, let's bend one knee, the other knee, roll to one side and come on up to seated. Legs are gonna extend out in front of you. Here's where the bolster is really great. You're gonna bring it underneath your knees. Simple forward fold, but we're gonna make it about the back. So we're gonna support our knees. We don't care about the hamstrings right now. So with whatever you have, 2 blocks, a rolled blanket, something underneath the knees, and your simple, passive, surrender-like forward fold. Now here's where we're going to visualize. I'm behind you. The palms of my hands are resting on your rib cage. Right hand, rib cage. Right hand, right rib cage. Left hand, left rib cage. I want you to breathe into those imaginary hands. And let your chin come towards chest. Breathing slow, breathing long. What sensations are in your back? What new sensations are starting to come up? Two more cycles of breath. And then you can use your hands to press yourself to curl back on up to seated. And just keep the eyes closed. Stay here seated for a moment. Pause. Breathe. Good. All right, we're going to move slowly into table. And slowly into pigeon. Let's do left knee, slide it towards your left wrist. Right, wiggle that right foot over to the right side of the mat. You're gonna slide your right leg nice and long behind you. Maybe you use a prop. I like to use one block for my elbows, for my forearms. You may stay high on the hands too, that's something. Maybe you like to melt all the way down. But we really want this sensation in the left hip. Nothing happening in your knee or your ankle. And then we'll close the eyes. We'll bring chin towards chest. Using our breath to massage any sensations. Check in with your back right leg. Allow it to relax. Notice if you've been holding. Maybe we can curl the right toes under, lift the knee, the right knee up, and drag it back a little bit farther. And then maybe top of the foot to the earth. All right, what new sensation is happening in the body now? Two more breaths. And bring your hands down to the mat if they aren't already. So add some weight down through the hands. Curl the back toe under and we'll inch the knee forward. And you'll make your way back into the table. And just take a pause here. It's called the rebound. Breathe. And we have that other side. So right knee, slide it forward. You know where you're going. Slide the left leg long. Set yourself up. Allow sides to be different if they want to be. And we're about the spine, right? So we're about the spine, and then we're working into the hips to create space in the sacrum area. And how is this side different than the other side? And let's curl under the left toes, lift the left knee, drag it back a little farther, and then maybe settle the top of the foot back to the earth. All your awareness, all of your attention moving into whatever sensations are happening in your body. Think about moving the breath into that space, massaging in, creating space. All right, 2 more breaths. Maybe we sigh on the exhale. Hands to the earth. Press yourself back on up. Curl that back toe under. Inch in your back knee. Make your way to table. And then make your way right down onto the belly just to rest. You can stack the hands. Rest your forehead on the back of the hands. Relax the legs. If you notice you're holding them, let them relax. Maybe there's a little shake that needs to happen, a little rock. Okay, let's curl onto our right side. You'll bend your knees, curl up on your right side of the head, and you're gonna send the arms straight out from the heart. Palms can touch, just like maybe you're tucked into your bed. Good, and then on the inhale, let's sweep that left hand up to the ceiling and then open it up to the floor behind us. All right, nice big letter T. And let's roll the gaze away from our knees. Full breath in, long and slow. 2 more cycles of breath. And feel free to sigh and let go of your day. Very slowly, just roll to your back with your knees bent for our rest and rebound. You can bring the arms maybe a little down. Bring the heels a little wider and let the knees fall into touch. Good. All right, let's curl up on the other side. Left side. Tuck those knees up. Bring the arms right out from the heart, palm to palm. We're going to try to keep that lower half just as it is, and then inhale, sweep right fingertips to the ceiling, and then behind you, big letter T. Sides are going to be different. Let's roll the gaze away from the knees. We're going to have the blood flowing and the circulation, the energy, the prana flowing so smoothly along the spine after this practice. It'll set us up for a really nice sleep. Just working out any little kinks from the day. And quieting the nervous system. Relax the legs. Remember to take full breaths in and full breaths out. This will help us to realize where we have some restriction, where the breath gets caught. Two more breaths. Good, we'll bring that back arm in and very slowly roll back onto your back. Centering yourself up on the mat. Feet and heels a little wider, knees come into touch. Bring the arms alongside the body. Just take a moment, reset. Good, let's slide the legs long. Walking the heels over to the right. So that left heel just comes right off the mat. All right, you're just snugged up, snug is my word, right up against the mat there. Cross right ankle over left ankle, arms overhead, and then slide the upper body over to the right. And you can hold the left wrist in the right palm and roll your gaze to the right. Long, slow breaths. And where do you feel stuff going on here? It could be the shoulder, could be the hip, could be the spine. Everybody's going to be different. We're going to focus there. And 2 more breaths. And we can release the hands, bring the hands back down to the shoulders, a little break. Unhook the ankles and walk the heels back to center. And let's meet in center. Take a pause here, rebound. Good, and let's go to the other side. So walk those heels over to the left, right? Get that right heel right off the mat. You can feel the mat there. You're just sort of like it's your support. And then arms back overhead. Let's wiggle ourselves over to the left. And our left palm will hold our right wrist. And we can cross our left ankle over our right ankle. Look towards the left, eyes will close. And we'll breathe, we'll investigate, and we'll see what's going on in this shape. Hopefully it's getting easier to get your mind before you wander off. And you can bring it back to sensation. Sometimes you can feel a bit like a pulsing, right? Or that you just really want to get out of the shape. This is kind of where the magic begins. Stick with it, be still and breathe. Our 2 last breaths. Let's bring those arms down. Sometimes that's more challenging on the shoulders than anything. Unhook the ankles, and then we will walk the heels back to center and just take a little pause here. Good, so we're gonna do a little supported bridge series. I invite you to use the block because it doesn't have as much give. So we wanna bend the knees. Now you're gonna use the second or the first height, the short height or the second shortest height. I'm kind of in between, but I'm gonna go for the second height. If you're kind of short like me, this might be a little too high. But bring it underneath the sacrum, the back of the hips, not your low back, lower than that. And then find your supported bridge. Knees are bent. And then we're going to add to it. We're going to interlace our fingers behind the left knee. And we're going to hug that left knee towards the chest. And then we're going to straighten out the right leg. I don't want you to feel like you're going to fall, so make any little adjustments. Maybe you've decided to come down to a shorter height on the block, makes sense. Because we really want to be relaxed here. We're working on that psoas muscle. It really likes to pull the low back out of whack when we sit a lot or when we've been under a lot of stress for a long time. So we really want to feel safe and relaxed and that we can let go. So maybe that means you come to the shortest height of the block, which I have. Just allows that right leg to, just like it's in Savasana, just relax. So what sensations are you noticing in the right leg, or maybe in the low back? Long breath in, long breath out. Good. We're going to release that left foot to the earth. And then we'll slowly bend the right knee. You know where we're going. Let's draw the right knee towards chest, interlace the fingers behind the thigh, underneath the knee. And then slowly let your left leg lengthen. Now we're really focusing on allowing that left leg to just let go. Just how it feels when you are in your Savasana. Heavy, 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 soft, relaxed. And who knows what could come up here. You may be fidgety, you may be kind of irritated. This psoas muscle, it attaches like mid-spine, it goes through the pelvis and it attaches to the inside of the leg, inside the thigh bone. It's our most emotional muscle. So any bit of emotion affects it. It likes to shorten up. So you end up with like this pulling in the low back. For women, it's interesting because it goes through that whole area where all of our organs are. So it may look like an easy shape, but it may not feel easy. Beautiful. All right, releasing that right knee down. And we're going to go for both. Both legs straight out. You may want to bring them as wide as your mat. Maybe even the heels come off the mat. You decide. I like to bring my arms overhead for this. Why don't we do a few sighing exhales? So notice what's going on in the low back right before the sacrum. Right, a nice deep compression can happen here. Breathe into that low belly, sigh it out. Legs are heavy, just like Savasana. Let the feet and the knees maybe roll open to the sides. Three more long breaths here. Good. We'll bring the arms down. So I slowly want you to bend the knee, foot on the mat. The other knee, foot on the mat. Like a teeny tiny, barely a lift to get that prop out. Hips to the earth, and then find your Savasana once again. Stretch out. And noticing any sensations flowing through the body. Maybe there's a coolness, or maybe there's a warmth. Maybe there's a bit of a buzzing or a vibration, a pulsing. And we don't have to take a very, very long Savasana, as this was a slow practice. But we do want to move slow. So curl the toes, spread the toes, open the palms, close the palms. Very slowly bring one knee to chest and the other knee to chest, and whatever you like here. Swaying a little left, right. And if you're noticing a few dull aches, that's okay. Work them out. New space created. And we'll be gentle on ourselves. We'll just roll to one side and press ourselves on up to seated, to seal in this practice. Working the spine. All right, so sit up nice and tall with the eyes closed. Wiggle around, feeling those two anchoring sit bones. Feeling the length of your spine, long, free, relaxed. Bring hands in prayer, heart center, to seal the practice. We'll end our day with thinking of 3 things we are grateful for in this moment in time. And together, let's take a breath in. Sigh it out. A soft smile and the eyes will flutter open. Thank you. Thank you very much.